If and selects complicate the code. Let's add a checkbox field to the header. Checkbox. Let's choose type. Checkbox. Save. Let's set it to true. That is, when there is a checkbox, the value inside is true, when not, false. Let's set it to true. Now let's copy its name and complicate this code. Let's open the code and say that this will be sum. The lines are called name, colon, and we will write conditions here. We will say if, and if we open a bracket, the function will be filled. If the checkbox is true, it is checked. Here we are offering autocomplete. Then it will be equal to. We have typed $. This means that we want to get the value of another line. At once autofill is offered to those lines, which are in this code. So it will be equal to sum. And if it is not equal to true, it will be equal to the extended sum. Ext sum. There is no such line in our code. So it is in italics here. We're going to go here, we're starting to type ext sum. We'll get this line, and we'll take the sum again here and add a value from another table to it. To take the value from another table, we have to get it somehow. We can write a function right here and it will work. But I don't recommend doing it that way. A good coding rule here is to call another line. For example, we'll say it's a cell line and we execute a select function in it, which is to get a value from another table. Open. We're going to take it from. And I forget the name of the table. Calculation-order. Field. Some field we had in the header. Here is hsum by column. Where is not needed, we erase it. Order is not needed, we do the same thing. Now let's think about how this code will work. It will go and look at the checkbox value. If it's true, it will go to sum. The double click highlights where we're using it. So here we have the sum. We'll indent it with a tab to see that it's a child of this line. Then the sum will take the list parameter, and then it will go into the list. That's actually right here. We can erase this one. And we got a more or less accurate layout of the code. Now if the condition is not true, it will go here, to extsum. We'll also make it a child. Extsum will take a list. We already know it, and it will take select. You already learned that name parameters are marked in yellow, in which table name or field name should be passed. Autocomplete is prompted when we type in a single quote. We are not yet aware of bold and underlined. Bold is a mandatory parameter, without it the function will not work. Underlined means that there can be more than one such parameter. That is, we can have a condition and there can be another condition, like this. In this case they will be executed one by one. First the first one, if it will be true, then the second one will be executed, and so on. There can be any number of them. In the select function, such a parameter as, for example, order. Order is a vertical sorting, in which order the value should be taken. Order is a multiple parameter. There can be several of them. We will put a semicolon and another order, and it will look like this. We erase orders, and the last semicolon, by the way, is not necessary, and I usually don't leave it. It's nicer this way. Let's save and see the following. The checkbox is checked, the additional sum is not added. Uncheck the checkbox, the additional sum is added. And here's another thing, we'll go into the code. Here is the table recalc table. You don't have to use single quotes here. And you can pass the name of the table here in any other way. For example, there's a quick variable to say that this is the current table. We're in table recalc and table recalc is what we're accessing. Or here we have, for example, a field with such a field name. We will cut it from here. Say that it is a reference to another field line here and put field there. We can put it either in single quotes or in double quotes, as a string value. And then when field will process this, it will go to this line and take this value and paste it here. Since its name, I still recommend leaving it in single quotes. Well, that it was visible that this is still a name parameter. Let's save it, and everything should continue to work the same way. It does. Train yourself on the server and move on to the next video.